Close enough, yeah. All right. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Seated. Okay, first item on the agenda will be open the bids for the lawn care and snow plowing. Northwest. Okay.
Sorry.
This is from JM Landscape and Snow Plowing. List of all their equipment. The snow accumulation is such that banks need to remove the equipment. This must be requested by the district officer. The cost to do that is $175 per hour and $100 per hour for trucking. Salting of all stations provided upon request of a district officer. Salting will include all drives, parking lots, door entrances. Environmentally and concrete safety icer should be used on concrete surfaces. The cost for that is $760. Lawn care, as per the bid, $50 per hour per man. Okay, cost for lawns and snow plowing, not including salting, or the hourly rate for additional work, which would be, I'm assuming, snow removal, which is listed. April 1st, it's a three-year contract. April 1st, 2025 through March 31st, 2026, $34,900. April 1st, 2026 through March 31st, 2027, $35,900. And April 1st, 2027 through March 31st, 2028, $38,400. And that is from JM Landscape and Snow Plowing. This is from Yardsmith. Okay. If snow has to be moved, it's $185 an hour for the loader, $150 an hour for the skid steer. Salting of all the lots is $6,900. And there's a comment here that says we should talk about this. Lawn care is $64. Just says 64 an hour. Cost for lawns and snow plowing, 3-year contract, April 1st, 2025 through March 31st, 2026, $29,919. April 1st, 2026 through March 31st, 2027, $29,919, same price. And April 1st, 2027 through March 31st, 2028, same price, $29,919. And that's from Yardsmith and Cicero. And then they provided a list of equipment and insurance certificate. Oops. Fold that down before I do that again. There's that. Now this, we do not know if it's a snowplow contract or not, but we waited to open it now because in the event that it was, we didn't want to open it either. Yeah, it doesn't mean that.
Is it my bond paperwork?
Yeah, I believe that's what it is. Yep.
Becky, that second one, Yard Smith.
Yes.
Okay.
So we will review these, and then award the contract at the next meeting, correct? Is that what we would do? Is that what we put in?
That's what she,
We put award, or not award, but the workshop will make a decision and then there's a award date, like 2 days after,
Okay,
that they have to be.
that's what I
notified.
thought. I wasn't sure if the workshop was the meeting, so the workshop would be 2 weeks from tonight, correct?
Is next month will put us past the 4-1.
Right. Yes, you're right. That's why I
Right, but
think
the
we put the
workshop-
date. But the workshop.
The workshop would work.
Let me just check the date of the workshop, make sure we got
25th.
25th is the workshop. So we'll discuss them at the workshop on the 25th and award it right after that. Okay. Did everybody receive the minutes from the last meeting?
Yep.
Any questions, comments, or corrections on the minutes? Motion?
Yep.
Becky?
Second.
Randy?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Treasurer's report, everybody received the treasurer's report? Any questions, comments, or corrections? I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Second. So.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Bills. Okay, we got check number 1400 through 1428 for a total of $51,323.83.
Make a motion to pay check 1,400 to 1,428 for a total of $51,329.83.
Second.
Motion by Randy, seconded by Tom.
Ed?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Randy?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Communications, I do not, no communications, right? I don't have any communications. Commission reports, administration.
The only thing that I had was that we need to look at the current policy that dictates the money that we provide the companies for their end of the year banquet and adjust it because we're, yeah, paying out more than what's in the policy.
Okay, we can do that.
Have that resolution written up for the next meeting. That was nothing under administration.
Okay, financial.
Finance, the only thing that's going on right now is Megan is starting to work with the HUCO for our 2024 audit.
Audit. Okay, any questions? Truck maintenance.
Yep. Excuse me. Everything's PM'd with the exception of engine 31, and I did not do that because I'm ready to remove it out of service. I've actually removed some equipment off that and brought the equipment to Fire Tech to upfit it on the new ladder. But I gotta keep it in service for now till the new one's here, but realistically, it's not gonna be ran. It's already been surplused. So once I get the new one in and everything is, the ISO audit's official, I'd like permission to put it for sale immediately as soon as there's no, it's already been determined surplus, it's been voted on, passed. I just need permission to do that. Now, the question I have for you guys is, it's due for a ladder test. The ladder test is $540. If I sell it, they're gonna ask me when's the last time it was ladder tested. And right now it's expired. Do you want me to have the ladder test done next week with the truck? Or I didn't change the oil, I didn't do anything this year to that truck.
What,
I think we should have the ladder test up to date if it'll sell better.
Sell it faster.
I see, the irony is, and the reason why we still have it is we did all of that and we tried to sell it and I couldn't get $15,000 for it. So I don't know if the 500 spent is gonna, I don't know if somebody's gonna buy it for a ladder test or somebody's gonna buy it for a farm. Or I'm sorry, a fire department or a farm. I don't know. But again, it's scheduled next week. $540, a fire department could buy it for a ladder.
when did we try to sell it last? Couple of years?
2 years ago,
2 years
right?
ago.
All of that, right, Beck?
At least 2 years ago.
The only thing that might go in our favor now is the way equipment is right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
It might be a stopgap for somebody, but. Let me ask you this. Is there a danger of it not passing the ladder test?
I doubt it. I think it'll be fine. If they come back and say we need, we found $1,000 worth of repairs, I come back to you and you tell me,
Yeah.
park it. But I haven't changed the oil, I haven't done an inspection on it. It's technically out of service, quite frankly. But again, if we don't ladder test it, the fire
I think we
department
should,
will buy it.
I would kind of agree, I think we should ladder test it. I just think, are we gonna get that extra $500 out of it? Maybe not, but it might be the difference. I don't think the 500, we're not gonna get $500 more for it, but somebody, if they see it was ladder tested, they might be more inclined, if they're on the fence about.
I definitely think that.
It may throw a flag too.
Yeah,
If it's
Trying to
not
hide
ladder-
something.
yeah.
I just couldn't see changing oil and I couldn't see y'all doing that.
Nah, that's normal stuff. That's not stuff that indicates a problem, that's just, we didn't PM it because we were getting rid of it.
Yep.
But I think the ladder test, I think it would be good. That's just my opinion.
I agree.
I agree.
Are we okay with that?
Okay,
Get it ladder-
it's already scheduled. That's honestly, knock on wood, that's all I have for maintenance.
Wow.
Sorry. Or thank you, I should say.
Did he give you an approximate date on the Quint?
Yeah, according to Scott Levry, who works for Phil, we could get it by April 1st if you guys on your end were able to do what you need.
We're a couple of days past that. So we're probably like April 3rd or,
Oh, you just tell me.
Yeah.
I would like to tell them a rough date of when you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
And then they'll work to that. Right now, we're kind of sitting in idle there because they got a couple trucks ahead that are being paid for. I get it. So you give me a rough idea and I'll tell them, you want me to tell them the 7th?
yeah, because March 2nd, right, was the date that went in the paper? I'm pretty sure that's what you told me, March 2nd. I think it was the Monday after.
3-2?
3/2.
Yeah, I remember that date. Either that or 2-4.
Well, it wasn't 2/4.
Yeah, it was 3-2.
So yeah, we're probably looking at the first week of.
Okay, that's no
First week
problem.
of April would be,
Because
that's when we can legally pay for it.
that's what I was getting at, to be frank with you.
So anything after that,
Okay,
that works for you and?
Yep, I will just tell them to expect
So-
payment right in that time frame.
Okay. All right, building and grounds, Jeff?
You want to do the RTPs first, or you want to do, I got some updates on some stuff.
Sure, go for it.
The RTP for the LED bulbs. Got the Granger for $192.75. And then the pallet jack, best price, because I gave a range of 300 to 500. Home Depot is for $395, $395. And that'll be up at Station 5, whatever, pallets of salt and speedy dry.
So that's a total of $587.75. Okay.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Becky for RTP 2400 and RTP 2401 for a total of $587.75.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
So the town did their inspections for these two, and he actually did Station 3. So we're okay to put the furnace upstairs. He didn't see a problem with it, as long as we careful what we store in there, nothing flammable, of course. Station 2, with the new office, we need to change the sprinkler location. I got a price from the guy that Mark Walker that does our sprinkler. Because of the way the ceiling, he can't drop down the one because of the distance of the ceiling, so he has to run it differently. So I got a price of $23.75 to reroute that, and that's needed for that to make it legal sprinkler wise.
2,375?
Yeah. I'd like to get going on that so we can get that office done. We can approve that tonight. Unless you want another price, but that's the guy that does our sprinklers, the normal guy that does it.
Are we, is that moving forward? I mean, we're getting that done?
Yes, very close. If it ever stops snowing. For a day, very close.
Well, it has for a day. Don't know about tomorrow.
That was kind of pretty much ceiling, and then the ceiling will be done this week, and then
So what's he got to do? Run another?
he's got to run it differently because the way the one in the ceiling, he can't do it. He thought he could at first, and then after he looked at it, he can't. I don't know.
Okay.
Sprinkler talk, I don't know, he kind of lost me. So,
Okay.
and then, Station 4, ice damage update. I got one price to do the repair in the back. I got to call another one. One never got back to me. Unless you want to go with the one. In the back also, what it did, you saw the pictures of it. There was a fan, there's a blower fan with duct.
Yeah.
I did have Fred take that down for now, so whoever can repair it can do the soffit, we'll get it back up. So, and I told Fred he can do it differently, so it's not hooked to the fascia, because that's what happened when I pulled the fascia off.
Tore the fan off.
Tore everything else off. They do have a fan for the kitchen, this is additional intake. They tried to explain it.
So they're able to use
Use
their
it for the-
kitchen?
Yes, we went around last night. They didn't realize there was two fans back there.
Okay.
Why the other one there, they can't really tell me, but
What was the cost of the one quote you got?
4,300. The only problem, I'd like to get it, I just don't want to get birds and stuff, because all that roof is all opened up in there. I don't want to get birds in there, but I can get another one.
Is that something you should go through insurance for? Or?
We could, $1,000.
$1,000.
So we wanted to get $3,500 out of it. probably cost you $4,500 on the next insurance.
2 feet is that, Jeff? It's
The whole, probably 3/4, it came off, the gutter, it ripped the gutter too. So a lot of the soffit, most of the soffit, so I told him just might as well just do the whole thing, right? You're gonna have to put a whole new gutter on because it ripped it right off. Probably no sense of saving 10 feet, so.
So how many feet is
It's
it?
about 40 to 50 feet probably.
So was it ice on the roof that
The
slid
ice,
off?
what happened was the ice got caught in the gutter and then when it came off,
When it came off, it pulled it down. And the gutter pulled the soffit
Yeah,
down.
but in the front, we didn't have a gutter, and there was a chunk of ice on the front. That's why I put cones in front of it the last couple of weeks, because there was a sheet of ice that was.
Was that a metal roof? That's metal
Yeah.
roof?
It would melt and come out 2 feet, and then freeze, come out 2 feet, freeze. It was like 4 feet hanging off the roof in the front, and it finally came off. But I coned it off so people wouldn't park there.
Well, we should get that. I'll make the motion, we get it.
Who'd you get the price from?
Todd McIntyre. This company, PCM.
I think T-Mac Construction.
I'll second that.
I think we gotta get that done as
You
soon
have
as
to, if you go
possible.
through insurance, you can go ahead, you have to have the insurance people look at it, or
They'll
whatever.
probably want to send somebody out, yes.
But do you want to do that, or? 'Cause I don't
For
wanna
$3
have-
grand?
Yeah, I mean, by the time we pay the deductible and then they're gonna ding you on the,
We're gonna ding you for the next time.
right, for the thing, it's probably not worth it.
I wish I had time, I got so much stuff, and I'm gonna be gone here in another.
No, that's fine, we got, I 100% agree with you, we gotta get that closed up
Yeah.
ASAP before we get.
So we have a motion by Steve, a second by Ed. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
The only thing.
Oh, yeah, I saw the, yeah, I just didn't understand what
And then
it
one-
came, now I understand.
Once they're done, I'll have Fred put the unit back up and
Okay.
do a little different, so if it does happen again,
So,
I'll
all
point that off.
right, appreciate
And
it.
the only thing I got, April 5th is electronic recycling. We usually grab stuff around here that we have. I know there are some computers they gotta look at, they might get rid of. I try to keep up on that to get rid of it. I think there's a printer or two at Station 4 that can go. I don't know, Becky, I know you do a lot of computers, I don't know if there's anything that, I know we got rid of a lot last year.
We did get rid of a lot. I think there's a couple that are in the office that we know they aren't being used, that we can probably get rid of.
Okay, which office?
The one, what is it, the chief's office at Station 4?
Yes.
That office.
Yeah.
There's one that's being used and then there's a couple other, I know,
Yeah.
at least that's not being used, those you can get rid of. I don't know if there's any extra upstairs. I'd have to go through and look at the rooms, because I think
Okay.
we pretty much got rid of everything the last round.
All right. And they take anything medical, like old defibrillators, anything like that, but they, so I've taken the suction machine, they've taken it, so. Radios, portable radios, anything. So, that's all I got. First question.
What do we wanna do about the sprinkler?
Gotta do it. I'll make the motion.
Motion? Motion by Ed, do the sprinkler for the office at Station 2.
Second.
Second by Tom.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Or opposed?
Carried.
Carried. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Rick, you're up.
All right, I have 5 RTPs, nothing too crazy. Namies, $64 for some new member nameplates. Battery Junction is for restock of a couple of different size batteries. $23.92 is for BJ's, for copy paper, for Gatorade, and Roxy's Magic Erasers. Amazon, I have to put together some battery kits and chimney kits, one for 41 and one for the new ladder. We've got some of the components to it up to Station 5, but we're missing a heat-resistant blanket and a plier set and some battery terminal pullers, so that's what the Amazon stuff is for $145.11. And then RTP 2394 is for Lowe's for a couple of zipper bags for $21.96. That's for all the components to the battery kit, goes in the battery bag there, so. Total of my 5 RTPs is $730.55. Questions?
I'll make a motion that we purchase RTP 2390, 2391, 2392, 2393, and 2394 for a total of $730.55.
Second.
Seconded by Randy.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Anything else there, good sir?
No, sir.
Thank you. Security and computers.
So as far as I know, we haven't had any issues with any computers. No one has advised me that there's been any issues. We do now have the RedMX app. Currently, Deputy Chief Vitoli and myself are the only two that have access to it, just because we had to go through training to figure out how to get it added to our phones. Yeah, it was not an easy process. But it's going to take some work within RedMX to get other individuals set up on it that I have to do. And Derek wanted to test it out a little bit first because I have to go through and, like, depending on who's using it for what, we have to give them specific access, so it's going to be a little time consuming. So Derek was kind of working through like what the capabilities of the app were, and then how do we want to kind of roll it out to the rest of the members. So stay tuned, but we do at least now have it.
So I noticed, I did my annual sexual harassment training there on
Fire rescue one.
Fire Rescue 1. The billing address in there is Lamson Road. Yeah, if you look at and I don't even know how I clicked on something. I don't know what I did. And it brought up the information, and I noticed that it said billing, whatever the address is, Lamson Road. So I don't know how we get that
Okay.
changed so that it,
I'll look into that.
God only knows what the heck's wrong with that. But
Megan, have you noticed that with the invoice that we get from them?
I usually get it in email.
Yeah.
But anybody who has 664 gets a piece of paper
Right.
with it.
All right. I'll see if I can figure it out on my end there.
yeah, I didn't know. I mean, it's nothing I could change. I just
Right.
noticed it. But so I thought I'd bring it to your attention.
Can you look at the squad, the computer by the squad for that responder, for the screen?
It's Station 3,
Yes,
the one that's by the gear locker.
yes.
So that one will not work until we purchase the new semi-small computer
Oh,
that I believe was, I believe it was in the budget. I believe we budgeted for
I
it.
thought we talked about that.
Yeah, I know we did.
okay. I get sick of hearing about it.
Yeah, let me reach out to,
Is that the same one in Megan's too, is bad too, the one in Megan's? 'Cause
hers was replaced, so
Okay.
hers isn't, there's nothing wrong with the computer. It's a matter of logging in and out of the app. But yes, I can call Advanced IT and get the computer on order.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Safety, Mr. Tom.
Nothing unless the chief has something.
No.
Chief's report?
Yes, thank you. So on March 9th, we had a 98 fire on 108 Seneca Ave, had great response, mutual aid, great response. Ended up being about 4 animals in there. They all survived. One of the animals actually was treated with O2 on the scene and ended up being transferred to the vet, but it was a successful outcome. I was very pleased with the overall operation. We had 60 total calls for the month, but we couldn't break them down. And I'm not sure why that is.
It's because they're not all entered yet.
Okay.
What?
They're not all entered into the system yet, because whatever code of the incident is, once you code it, it'll show up. So if the call hasn't been completed in Red MX, it's not gonna show
You'll
up.
have to help me or educate me because I'm not
Yeah, I will.
100% sure what you're saying. We'll talk, I don't
Yeah,
know
I'll
what you
talk
mean,
to
okay. But we did have a total of 60 calls for the month. I talked to Chief Natoli this afternoon. We did not order the new radios for ladder 3 yet because he was asked to hold off. Right now, the budget you authorized for the truck was, if I remember right, 1.98, correct, Steve? Does that sound right?
It sounds high.
Or I'm sorry, 1.69.
No, we did 1.7. We did 1.
You did, okay, so bottom line, right now, the cost of the truck is 1607441.92. I've spent roughly $30,000 on tool mounting, okay? I'd like permission to get the radios and the MDT ordered. And that's still, I think I'm still gonna come in under budget by about $10,000 even after I get a couple pieces of miscellaneous equipment. But I'd like permission to order the radios. We did not do that.
So,
I have I'm sorry, I have everything here for you.
the things I said to put in the truck file.
The MDT, the quote, the RTP, and the RTP and the radios
Yeah, there's
info's here as well.
Yeah, that's my, need a wire change.
Here, Tom.
How much was your tool mounting? Did you
My
say?
tool mounting was 29,988.98.
Oh, it was also 30.
You want those, Chief? Then the cost of the radios that I have not ordered are $39,492.45. The MDT is $41,800.23. And then you have the price of the truck. If I did my math correctly, so far it's 1,681,103.58.
What are we doing with the radios that come off of 31?
Well, these are the new portables that we're slowly buying and replacing the mobile.
So we never replaced the one on 31?
No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah.
So if my math is
Something
correct.
you're working out right.
The MDT is not 41,000, it's like 40,000.
No, it's $4,180.
Okay, that's right. I'm like,
23 cents.
where do you get it for that?
He's just giving you numbers, he's not giving you amounts. He's going 4, 5, 7, 4, 4, 4, 4,
That's why I made that comment. I'm like,
There it is, written right there, you guys.
how much are the radios?
39,000.
39,000.
There you go. $492.45.
I always gotta double check. Thank you, Beck.
You're welcome.
I was starting.
Tony's not in the banking industry.
I was starting to have heart failure. He's telling me he's 10,000 over, and I'm gonna tell him he's 20,000 over.
No wonder our grid bill.
Right now I'm $16,896.40 under budget.
You're still under.
Well under.
Well, I
Well,
wouldn't
that's
call it
good.
well under.
You
You're
don't
under.
need to be.
No, I'm not. And actually, it's funny you say that because I had a conversation today. You know, how much more miscellaneous, and I think next month, or at the work session, I'm coming to you with roughly about 4,000 to 5,000 in miscellaneous stuff for the truck. And I think that'll be it. So I'm still 10,000 under budget. 10,000 under budget.
Yes, it is. Forget what I said earlier, it is 1.698, okay? I need to leave a $2,000 cushion in there because
Believe me, I'm working on it. I'm trying to give you money back.
I appreciate that.
And I would ask the radio and MBT, MBT, please be voted on tonight if you can. I didn't even say it right.
MDT.
Thank you. Yeah.
We knew what you meant.
Yeah.
BDT.
Tony, the tool mounting, is that all done? I mean, is that? It's in progress, right? They're
Well, they have,
working on it?
it's at their work. Once I call them tomorrow and say, hey, roughly we can pay for the truck on the 7th, they'll get it in line and get it going.
Okay, so here's why I'm asking, right? They're telling us 39,000, whatever it is, $500. Are we confident that's what it's gonna be? You know what I mean? Because here's what I don't want, right? We're gonna order the radios, we order the MDT, and all of a sudden, the tool mounting bill comes in at 43,000.
Well, I can tell you this. I told them I cannot go over $1 on any part of after what you signed for me.
Okay, all right. As long as everybody's on the
Don't
same
make me
page.
come back to the commissioners and ask for more money. To be bold-faced honest with you is what I said.
Megan, write that down.
Yeah, make sure that's in the
I'll put that in
minutes.
my discussion.
For tool mount.
Well, I think, I think we should get the radio and the MDT tonight.
Well,
Because
they're not gonna, unfortunately, they're not
they're
gonna be in.
That's why we can't.
But I need to order these to get them going.
I'll make a motion that is there a number on that? No, there's no number on that, yeah, right. That we get the radios,
Or can probably assign them.
They're definitely on right there.
the radios for 39,000. Oh, this says 247. Is there something else in there? $39,247.45. And the MDT for 4,000. I'm sorry.
Never mind, copy. Go ahead.
You know I'm confused.
I know, sorry.
The MDT for $4,180.23. Now that I
Gee, it's
got
not that easy now, is it?
now that I got my heart back after, I'm thinking, what in God's name is he getting for? I just want to double check something, Tony, because you said one thing. Bear with me 1 second. That's what it is, okay. So the radios is $39,492.45. The programming is listed different. That's why, because you had said one amount, and the paper says a different amount, and I was trying to figure out what the difference was.
On the RTP, it says 39,492.45. Steve, right on the RTP.
No, it's not total. Oh, right here, okay, I got you. Yep, that's what I came up with.
Okay.
39,000, I didn't see that, I'm sorry.
No problem.
$39,492.45.
I'll second.
Ed,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Randy,
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
That's all I got. I'm good. I'm good.
Just checking.
Thank you very much.
Just checking. Okay, nominations and resignations of members. Nothing for nobody. Old business, carry fob system,
That's mine.
that's yours.
Yep. I met with Doyle last Thursday. Since I took over, I've gotten increasingly frustrated with our key fob system because I've called probably 6 or 8 times because I discovered that one station or another, or a multitude of them, are offline. Usually when it happens, I'm trying to make a key fob change for somebody or for a door. For example, Chief Belzick asked for access to the bunk-in room. Well, I made the access change only to find out Station 3 was offline. Could have been offline a week, could have been offline 2 weeks. Then I called Doyle, and they have to schedule a technician to come out, which is another week or two. And before you know it, we're down 3 weeks or a month where we have different stations that are offline. The key fobs still work, but they're frozen where they are. I can't make any changes. So for example, if we go through this upstairs change and Station 1 is offline,
You're not able-
none of the changes are going to work until it gets brought back online. I posed a couple of questions to them that they really couldn't answer or didn't answer, and I'm waiting for an answer on them, but how come we don't get notifications when stations are offline? And so what their answer to it is, we talked about the Brevo system that I know Becky is familiar with, and you guys talked about last year. They are saying that Brevo is offering some allowances to convert existing customers over to the system. So they think that can bring the cost down, and they talked about the labor to get everything switched over. They think they can get it to fall under our current service agreement, which will help bring the cost down. So what I'd like to do is bring Dan Wager in, the GM of Doyle, to our workshop and talk to you guys about it, answer any questions that you have, and he's working on an updated quote to come back to us with. And hopefully, if the cost can come down enough, they think it's going to be significant. Now, their significant and our significant might be two different things, but let's see what the quote comes back. But obviously, the Brevo system is cloud-based. And they think that in and of itself is going to take away 90% of the issues that we're having. They said 80% of their existing customers are on the Brevo system, is the number they threw out at me. So that's...
That's what they wanted to ask about doing this.
Yeah. So that's what I'm looking to do is to bring Dan in to our workshop, and you can throw whatever questions you have, but he can do a little bit more of a presentation, and hopefully we'll have that quote back this week, and I can get it to you ahead of time, so at least you know what kind of number we're talking.
Yeah, because they're not the only ones that do carry, and we need, the whole point behind that is security, and we need it.
Right.
And we need it to work.
Well, the other thing that I didn't mention is we've had some issues where I've been asked to run key fob swipes. Well, if the building is offline, you don't get any
Right.
record of it, so it's useless.
Right.
We've had that happen a couple of times in the last few months.
Correct. And it was either at a station or during a period where it was offline, and I couldn't get them the information they asked for.
And we've talked about wanting to use the key fobs for signing in.
Right.
So it's all got to work. Okay.
The other nice thing about the internet cloud-based system is, again, like Becky was talking about with RedMX, you can get it on your phone.
Right.
So if Steve calls me and says, I'm here with Joe Schmo and I need to get into this room, I can bring it up on my phone, give him access right then and there. I don't have to go to a station and make a change. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of convenience to it also. Updated technology.
I have no issue if you want to bring him to a workshop.
No, not at all.
And, we got one in 2 weeks, or or April one, whichever one works better.
No, the way I left it with him Thursday was I kind of hedged my bets and said, hey, we'd like to bring you into a workshop and let commissioners throw all sorts of questions at you, and you can talk about the system. And so he's already tentatively penciled in for the 25th. So.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks for staying with that too, because in the emails I see it's been a little frustrating.
Yep.
Okay, Anything else under old business? New business? We talked about the changing the qualification for chief officer. Currently, the way it reads is to be deputy chief, you must serve 2 years as assistant chief or equivalent. To be fire chief, you must serve 2 years as deputy chief or equivalent. And we talked about changing it so that to be deputy chief and/or fire chief, you must serve 2 years as a chief officer. Any discussion on that?
Yeah, I thought we talked about eliminating the deputy chief position. Did we talk about that?
No, we talked about allowing assistant chiefs, the way it is now, you have to serve as 2 years as deputy chief to become district chief. We were going to revamp that and say, as long as you have been a chief for 2 years, you're allowed to run for district chief.
Gotcha.
May I comment on that? The way you explained it to me, to serve the district chief 2 years in the office isn't enough. Right now, if you serve 4 years as a chief office, I think you should be ready to go into the district chief's office. 2 years is not enough. So whatever the term is, whether you remove the name deputy or battalion or whatever, as long as they have 4 total years in the chief's office, I think they've had time to learn the fire district. 2 years is not enough.
I would agree.
Again, if hypothetically speaking, if you remove the name or the title deputy, they still have the 4 years. You don't have to change the number of years, nor should I suggest that. I don't believe somebody that 2 years in the chief's office should be your deputy, or your district chief.
No, I think what we were doing is saying, because we're kind of landlocking ourselves with, if deputy chiefs keep getting bounced around and a permanent deputy chief doesn't get his 2 years in as deputy chief,
Right.
he can't run for district chief.
So, chief, if you remove that word deputy and just leave 4, you need 4 years in the chief's
You have to
office?
change it to 4 years.
Yeah.
So 4 years in the chief's office,
Yeah.
that's all. Just
That's
say 4
the only, if that's what you
Okay,
feel
I
you need to
understand
do.
what you're saying.
But I can tell you, 2 years is not
No,
enough.
I would agree with that also.
So we want to change it to, so,
So exactly what you have listed, just change from 2 years to 4 years.
what are we going to eliminate the deputy chief designation?
That's all you gotta say is must have 4 years in the chief's office before you move up to the district.
Where it states now is you have to assert there's 2 years as a deputy chief. So you could have a guy that's been an assistant chief for 6 years and never been deputy chief for 2 years, he can't run for district chief.
Right, but, so right now it says deputy chief, you got to serve 2 years as assistant chief.
But why can't you simplify this, Steve, and just remove, in order to become the district chief, you must serve 4 total years as a chief officer.
We can, I just want to make sure I get it right, so we don't.
You know what I'm saying? Less verbiage, just total of 4 years as a chief officer. Your 5th year, you're eligible to run for the district chief.
So the only one you're concerned about is the chief. So if I come in, I can automatically be a deputy chief?
No, we're just saying,
That's what you're saying if you take that out.
Yeah, you are.
Right, that's what I'm saying, by eliminating deputy chief, you've taken
You know
a
what?
step out.
you whatever you want to verbalize is,
And it doesn't
if you're
matter
going to
how you
allow,
say it.
you, I believe wholeheartedly you need 4 years as a chief officer to become your top boss. However you verbalize this, that's the important piece, is the amount of time in the office with the education. Not necessarily, that title, if you were to look at it this way, that is what's held up. Because Randy's right, you could be assistant chief for 6 years and not be able to to do the top spot. So how can we do this? Because I haven't talked to I've been kind of, the reason why I stood firm on the district chief, the deputy, and the 2 assistants was in the absence of the fire chief, the number 2 guy is always in charge, okay? But it's interesting, if you look into some of the laws, I don't even think, there's one of them that's not even in there. It's either
Deputy
deputy or
chief is not
assistant.
in the New York
Deputy
State
chief
Fire.
is not recognized in the state of New York, it's assistant chief, so.
So there was been some conversation, is Rob here? There was some conversations within our office a few years ago about redoing some things, and I stood firm on that. I wanted the deputy in place. To me, it was easy to show flow in the true, you got 2 assistants, the deputy and the chief. Our goal, or your goal, is, correct me if I'm wrong, is to get the experience, but the flexibility. The term is deputy, but I don't know if the current office, or you guys want to remove that deputy period and run with 3 assistant chiefs.
You
I
have a
don't
first
know.
assistant, second assistant, and third assistant. First assistant would take over for the district chief in the absence of the district.
Again, that's entirely possible. We really haven't hashed that out as far as what we would suggest in the last couple of years.
So why don't we do this? Why don't you guys talk about it? Because we want to make this change while there's time for people. We don't want to make a change in September when people are running in October and November. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's always, it always makes it look like.
I will tell you this, no matter what you do there, will not affect anything for December. That I assure you. No matter what change you make
And we
there.
feel the same way, but we don't want to give that appearance because
Oh, fair enough.
somebody will say you're doing it to help this one or hurt that one, and that's not what it's for.
I agree.
As we look at it, we just see that we're kind of, it really hamstrings.
All right, so
Like
what
you
I,
said, you could be an assistant chief for
Yeah.
8 years and still not be able to run for.
so what I will commit to you guys is, we'll have we will have what we're looking for at the work session for you. And we'll make a recommendation and you take it from there, if you're okay with that.
Appreciate it. Okay. Any other new business comes before the board? Nope. Okay. Station usage, none for neither station. Comments from the public? Okay. In that case, I would make a motion that we go into executive session. Megan will need you in there. Tony. We actually have 2 things to cover in executive session. Doug will need you second. We'll get you, we'll need you.
I think you go into one, close it, then come back to the second.
Yeah, because there will be a decision from the first. So.
I need a second for going into.
I'll second it.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Yep.